Hello and welcome. Today we are going to be making this beautiful baby frog for a 4 to 5 year old girl. This is super easy to make and very beginners friendly. So if you're interested in learning how to make this step by step, then stay tuned. These are the items that I used: 1 yard of light crepe fabric, matching thread and scissors. There is no zipper in the dress. Okay, so let's get started. So we'll cut the half length first. So the half length is supposed to be 12 inches, okay, but I'll be minusing 3 inches for the sleeve, so that leaves me with 9 inches, okay. Now I'm going to fold it into 4, fold into 2, and fold into 2 again. That's 4 folds. So I'll be using neckline or shoulder line of 4 inches. 4 inches. For the armhole, I'll minus 3 inches, okay, so I'll place it 3 inches away and then mark 5.5 inches, which is here. 5.5. Right here on the chest, I'm going to be imputing 8 inches, which is like this. So basically, the armhole is 2.5 left. So I'll mark 2.5 on this side, 2.5, which is here, and then connect it like this. On the waistline, I'll mark 7.5 and connect to the chest line. I said I measured 4 inches for the shoulder and then measured 2.5 inches for the armhole length. That means I minus 3 inches. I placed it 3 inches away from the armhole and marked 5.5 inches. Then on the chest line here, I imputed 8 inches and connected it straight like this. Then on the waistline here, I imputed 7.5 inches. Then connected from the waistline up like this. So curve the armhole like so. And then go ahead and cut out. This is for the front and back together. There's no opening at the center back or center front. You can either cut a facing or cut a lining for this, okay? So here are the 3 layers for the gathers right here. So they are basically the same length. I cut them at 6 inches each, 6 inches in length, 6 inches in length. The wideness on fold is 27 inches. That means if I open it up, it's basically times 2 of what? 27 inches. Okay, so 27 inches on fold, 27 inches for. They are basically the same length and same height. Okay, so and there are 3 pieces. So here is where I'm going to be stitching the gathers onto. You could use a plain soft lining fabric for this, but I don't have it at the moment, so I decided to use the fabric since I'm not going to be using this for anything, so it's better I just use it for it. Okay, so and the length of this is 10 inches while the wideness is 35 inches. Okay, so it's 11 inches in length, 35 inches wide. Okay, so let's go to the sewing machine so we sew. So I'm going to turn the armhole of the top part with this bias strip. This is 1 inch and it's long. I cut it long so that I'll be able to use it for both this armhole and the neckline. So I'll place it on the right side and stitch like so. So when I'm done, I'll trim off the excess and make notches. Now fold it like this to cover the roughness. Then fold it again and then make top stitch. So I'll repeat the same thing with these parts. So I've done the armhole for the front and the back pieces, okay? So here is the sleeve strap and here is for the gathers on the sleeve. For the sleeve strap, the length I have is 6.5 inches and it is 3 inches wide. For the flare part, this is what I'm going to be using to make the flare. Okay, so the length is 10.5 inches and it's also 3 inches wide. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this and stitch. I'll fold this and I'll hem this. Okay, I'll also fold in the 2 edges, that's to make this edges clean, and then I will ruffle it. I'll just put it into two. Not the center. Put this into two. Not the center. Where is the center point? So, put this side. Make sure you cover the rough edge on this part.
So right now I'll be attaching the sleeve to the body. So I'll place the sleeve and pin down. Then I'll use this bias strip to turn the neckline. Okay, so fold it in at the end like this, just the way I did in this video, and go ahead and stitch. After stitching, make notches so when you fold it, it comes out flat and smooth. So when I'm done with the front, I'll repeat the same thing with the back piece. So here is the skirt base, the ruffle base. I'm going to go ahead and hem it right now. So after hemming the base, I'll also hem all the ruffle pieces before I go ahead and make ruffles. So after making the ruffles, before I go ahead and attach them on the base, I'm going to go ahead and slit the base into two to separate the front piece from the back piece, so I'm able to join them at the side. So I'm marking the first layer where I'll be stitching the last ruffle, which is 1 inch from the end of the ruffle base. So that's the mark I am making here. So from the end of the base, mark 1 inch, and then I'm going to stitch on the last ruffle right there. So I start with the last one actually. Now the second one, I'm going to come down from the waistline and mark 4.5 inches. This is where I'm going to be stitching the second ruffle, the second layer of the ruffle. Okay, so I'll mark the 4.5 inches across the base and I'll rule a line so it will guide me when I am stitching. So I'm going to go ahead and place the last ruffle upside like this, right side of the ruffle touching the right side of the base, and I'm going to stitch on that line that I have already marked. So just stitch all the way from one end. Remember, this is just one part, that is either, it can either be the front or the back side. Okay, so anything I do on this particular part, I will do to the other parts as well. So after stitching the last ruffle, I'll place the second ruffle the same way and go ahead and stitch. So now we'll place the first layer directly on the waistline and go ahead and stitch. So after I'm done with one, I will repeat the same thing with the other part. Like I said before, I cut it into two, so I'll have one for the front and one for the back. So I'm done stitching on the ruffles on the base, and I have two pieces right here, which is for the front and the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and join it to the top part. After joining the top and the skirt part together, I'll now match the side and join the side. So after joining the side, I'll turn it over to the right side. So what is left now is to go ahead and give this a good press. And if you want to add a pop to the dress, you can go ahead and make a bow, any size of bow that you want. Make a bow and then tack onto the dress, and the dress is ready. Okay, so this has brought us to the end of today's tutorial. I hope you found value from this tutorial. Please, if you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you are here to subscribe to our channel. Please like the video so YouTube can recommend it to other soulmates. Okay, thank you for your support. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.